Thank you. It's fun to be here. So the general areas of research that I'm working on now are obesity, eating disorders, and migraine, which are all somewhat related to each other, and then sports injuries. And sports injuries, because it's a topic near and dear to my heart, having had many of them. So that's the connection there. Within them, for obesity, I'm particularly interested in phenotyping. Right now, we put everyone in one category, and I'm very interested in who are the specific subgroups within obesity, and if we identify them, do we find different risk factors, and could we improve treatment? And I'm finishing up a paper now. Hopefully, I'll have that final figure so we can submit it this week from the lab study, which is a consortium of bariatric surgery patients. So that's in a treatment-seeking population. And looking at behavioral and physical factors and family history and things, and looking at different distinct phenotypes. The project I'm hoping to launch, I'll know more about it this afternoon after I meet with a colleague in computer science, is about unconscious cues to eat. I think a lot of us leave the house with the best of intentions on what to do, and then life happens. And I'm very interested in why people eat. So talking to someone about developing an app so we can study it in greater detail. So that trying to get funding and working with someone so I can do more research in that area. For sports injuries, we have analyses that are done on sports specialization and risk of injury, but we're sort of lacking the person to write the paper. So that is I have no money to pay for anyone, but if someone is interested in this topic, get a hold of me. Otherwise, we have some fellows up at Boston Children's Hospital who'll be working on it. And also looking at ACL tears and what are risk factors for those. For the sports injuries, the eating disorders, and the migraine research, they all use the same database, the Growing Up Today study. We started the initial study with about 17,000 kids in 1996. They're now in their 20s and 30s, and the second cohort in 2004, so large cohorts. Migraine, a really, really understudied problem, which is amazing considering it is as prevalent as depression, but not as studied. Almost all the research is among people who have migraines. What triggers a migraine attack? Our question is, why do people develop them in the first place? So one of our master's students is working with me on this, and we're pulling together a group and just launching, or sort of relaunching this area of research with a consortium of people from Vermont, Rhode Island, Boston, all over the place. In terms of eating disorders, I'm working with 2 doctoral students right now. One of them who's looking at the natural course of eating disorders, how long do they last for? And we're really interested as well in gender-specific presentations. Right now, the diagnostic criteria describe female patients a whole lot better than male patients, which may be one reason that we think the prevalence rate is so much lower in males, is that the diagnostic criteria may not cover them very well. So if anyone has any questions,